Hello and welcome to another episode of the DowntonCast. I'm Monique and this is Ashley.
Hello.
And today we're talking about last Sunday's episode. And you know what? It was actually good.
It was. It's like they heard us last week.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Which obviously they didn't because it's been recorded months ago, but still.
Yeah, and just in case you're wondering, with our scheduling, in case you're like, how come they're talking about it a week after? Well, that's because we have other things to do.
Yeah, don't worry about us.
But
don't worry about it.
But you can go to moniqueblog.net and you can see my review the day after the show airs, or sometimes the night of. So go there to get the up to date what happened on the episode. But we're just here to talk about what in an overview. So anyway, last week, like I said, it was a good episode. The three main things we're going to talk about, because I can't remember all of the storylines.
There were too many. As usual.
But I will say, I do have to say a little bit about Daisy. But we have to talk about Daisy. Before Daisy, or whatever. We have to talk about Jimmy. We have to talk about Ethel. And we have to talk about the mismanagement of Downton Abbey's money. But just to get it out of the way, Daisy is, she needs to let it go, I guess, with trying to get Alfred's attention.
Yeah, was it this episode where she visits, what's-his-face's dad?
Yeah, William's dad.
This chick, okay. We already spent all of last season going through the guilt trip. This girl literally asks her dead ex-husband's father,
right,
would it hurt your feelings if I got with another man? You didn't even sleep with his son, okay? The man died right after you married him. No, he wouldn't care. What the heck?
And it seems like an awkward thing to ask your father-in-law. Like, I think you would just go ahead and do it, wouldn't you? Don't you?
I would go ahead. I wouldn't even care what my father-in-law thought.
Like, I mean, I know they're trying to make the whole thing about, she's like his daughter now, but she's not really.
She's young. Why would your father figure wish a life of loneliness upon you?
Yeah, I mean, and he said that in so many words, because he's like, what do you think I am?
Daisy's too basic. She's too basic. Step up your game, Daisy.
But anyway, with Daisy trying to get Alfred's attention, it introduces us to a new lady, Ivy,
which is the last thing we need.
And it's funny because Daisy was whining about, I need a kitchen
We need
maid.
an assistant. Why don't we get a new kitchen maid? I want a new kitchen maid.
So she can be Miss Patmore's assistant fully, instead of being both a kitchen maid and her assistant.
Scullery.
Yeah. So Ivy is here, and Alfred already likes Ivy.
Way too much. Poor Daisy. What was her?
Daisy.
Nobody cares, Daisy, because you had plenty of time to tell this man you liked him.
And really, really quickly, that leads me to, because I was about to say it's a non-storyline, but it leads me to another non-storyline featuring Bates.
Bates! I hate Bates now.
And I think that some...
This fool! We spent so long in this weird prison storyline. Why aren't the letters getting here? Oh, Bates is in trouble. Nobody likes him because the crazy prison gang has control of his stuff. All he has to... First of all, this random ghost angel helper tells him what to do.
Who we've never seen before.
And how does he even know anything?
Right.
Who is he?
Like, again, things are just kind of written in. To say this is a good episode,
yeah,
I just
we still have problems.
That was just written in.
Because Bates even asked him, he's like, why are you helping me? And he goes, I just don't like whatever the dude's name is. Well, then shank him in the hallway. Come on, it's prison. All he has to do is plant some drugs. Where does he get the drugs? Where are they coming from? Plants the drugs, and now he gets all his letters, and that's how we end the episode. After all the other important things we have yet to discuss, that's how you end the episode, on a badly juxtaposed scene of him and Anna reading their letters and laughing. That's how you end it.
Jimmy
No
is fun already.
If you don't know Jimmy No, like, you're missing out so hardcore. We use Jimmy No on a regular basis. make a long story short, it's from the movie Independence Day, starring Will Smith and Harry Connick Jr.
And you overlooked Goldblum.
I don't care about him because it's Harry Connick Jr. I love Harry Connick Jr. as the voice of an angel. But he, spoiler, he dies.
Well, it shouldn't be spoiler because it was made in 1996.
Yeah, you haven't seen it. I don't know what you've been doing. It comes on TV every July 4th. And what kind of American doesn't watch TV on July 4th? But anyway, he dies and Will Smith yells, Jimmy, no! And it's perfect to pull out whenever something bad happens. You're just like, Jimmy, no! And, whenever somebody dies, Jimmy, no. So it's Jimmy no. Jimmy Kent, who's apparently really good looking.
Yeah, I get it. With the whole Thomas thing. And I'm not saying, the guy is good looking, yes. But
Did you see how he stared?
I know.
That was the best moment.
But, could Thomas be any more transparent about it?
I know. The dude, what's he doing? He's talking to somebody. Thomas walks by. He stops, looks this man up and down.
I know. Dead in his face. And then, has the nerve. Yeah, to do that. In front of, respectable Mrs. Hughes and O'Brien, who already knows.
He should have just done that. The Gus. Oh gosh.
But it's just why are you doing this in front of these people who, it's not like homosexuality is accepted in this time period.
It's not. Be careful, Thomas. We don't want you to die.
The show keeps acting like it is, but it's not. It wasn't. So for Thomas to be doing that in front of everyone, and he's already trying to keep his job.
Yeah, you gotta be discreet, man.
I know.
If you want to survive in this world, if you want to keep being the valet, you need to be discreet. Because I'm sure Lord Grantham has some terrible ideas when it comes to
and don't even get started on Carson. But I don't know why in the first season they wrote it in as if Carson already knew that anyway. It was just whatever.
Yeah, but Carson might, I think he might actually be gay, to be honest. Because they've been cultivating this fake relationship between him and Mrs. Hughes.
Right.
But, I don't know, something, and I'm not a generalizer usually, but something about him. Something about him. And he's too hard on things that, he's kind of like those people who's too hard on stuff. And it's
So I guess looking at it from that perspective, with Carson being all frigid like he is, he could be gay. That could be a reason.
But they're not going to write anything interesting in the show like that, for real. He's just going to be a flat character who hates people.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten Thomas's backstory yet.
I know. I want to know more about him.
Yeah, why is he this way?
Been able... Not gay.
No, not gay, but why is he vindictive and just mean?
And it probably has a lot to do with the fact that he's been
terrorized,
discriminated against. Yeah. So he's just I'm gonna get everybody else before they get me.
Yeah, which would make sense, but we don't even get that. We just have to infer it, and it's terrible as an audience member to have to infer stuff.
Right.
You can infer it to a degree, but if it's written in for you to want to infer it.
Right.
But if you have to infer it just so it can make sense in your head, then that's not good.
Right. But anyway, Jimmy Kent comes and he gets the first footman?
Yeah, he's the first
position
footman.
Over Alfred because Alfred apparently is so inept.
And Carson was rooting for Alfred to get it because he was substance over style.
Yeah. Yeah, Alfred. I like Alfred a lot. Not just because he's a ginger, because I have a soft spot for gingers. So Jimmy comes, whatever. And the preview for tomorrow's episode, y'all. The preview for tomorrow's episode is gonna be so off the chain. Thomas goes completely crazy, helping the man wind the clock with his hand.
Yeah, who does this?
Pool style. I'm gonna teach you how to shoot pool. Dumbest line in the book, by the way. Where they're
They say that?
No. Oh. He's doing that same technique where the guy is I'm gonna teach you how to shoot pool.
Oh, yeah.
By putting my arms around you. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and he has his hands on the man's shoulders.
He's winding the clock. But yeah, they're winding the clock. and there's a soundbite of Jimmy going, Mr. What's his last name?
Barrow.
Mr. Barrow is getting a little bit too familiar. Yes, he is. Thomas, slow your roll, buddy.
Yeah, like, and I wrote this in my review, that one would think that with Thomas being in this time period where, again, homosexuality is considered deviant, that
he would be more careful.
Yeah, one, that he'd be more careful. Two, that he tried to find people of his own ilk and, like, you know, go out and find the clubs or
get in the gay circle. Get some friends.
Bathhouses or something.
Be friends with people.
Yeah, that caters to gay people. But
so he hasn't can find some true friends.
Right. And you can learn through the grapevine who is on the down low.
Yeah, and you can ease some of your sexual frustrations. You can stop being a little punk to everybody.
Right.
Is this the Branson episode?
I forgot about him.
Can we be quick about that? Because I don't even want to talk about that.
Right.
I don't even want to talk about it. It's weird that he's running away. They don't really explain it at all, and somehow he becomes a radical protester out of nowhere. What the heck is up with that? And how does Lord Grantham get him out of prison just like that? What kind of pull does this man have? If he has that kind of pull, why is Bates in jail? Yeah, Julian Fellows. We need some continuity.
That is right. You're right.
Because they so-called cared about Bates so much. Just because he's a downstairs-er doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You're absolutely right.
So yeah, there's that.
Yes,
it doesn't really matter. Dude who plays Branson, Alan Leach? Is that your name? I think that's his name. Excellent crier. We talked about this earlier today. Wonderful crying. Beautifully done. I wanted to give you a hug, sir. Great job crying.
The ridiculous storyline.
Yeah, but it was a good episode. Ethel, that was painful.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm glad that they finally followed through with what they were trying to do for like 2 episodes. Like the storyline that they did was good on many levels because it not only addressed Ethel and her, you know, her son and all that stuff, but also talked about how little rights women had in this time period, and how they had to make sacrifices, and how even some women didn't understand how other women could become prostitutes and things like that. And it also put life in perspective for Isabel, Matthew's mom.
She never understands.
Who always thinks that things can happen with, you know, perseverance and hard work and blah blah blah. And so it's true. Like, it's true that stuff happens through perseverance and hard work, but sometimes she's already
made it. Like,
yeah, like sometimes just being hopeful doesn't always. Yeah, it doesn't always get it. Like, even your best intentions don't succeed sometimes. The mismanagement of Downton's cash.
Finally, my point is proven. Lord Grantham is an idiot. He's a complete and utter fool.
So is Lord Grantham just being an idiot?
Yes.
Or is he dabbling in some kind of illegal thing?
I didn't even think about it. Because
the way he brushed off Matthew could have been like, well, we're just doing the same thing that we've always done, and nobody's gonna change it. Or it could be like, well, you know, so and so always said that, but let's go into this because I don't want to talk about it.
What is he doing?
Because I'm finding
out. Is he still funding money to that random lady he almost slept with?
Right.
Is he doing some like dirty dealings on the black market?
Right.
Does he support a whole other family?
Yeah, that'd be funny. The fact that Matthew is the only person that, like, all he has as an ally is the Dowager Countess. He doesn't even have his own wife.
I know. She's so blind. She's like, if Papa says it, it's right.
Like, she is the most dodgy person I've ever seen on this type of show. Like, she
slept with somebody before marriage.
Right. Like, she and Matthew are the most incompatible people I've ever seen.
So incompatible.
And
if he hadn't killed Lavinia, he would have had a happy marriage.
Yeah, at least Lavinia would have tried to agree with everything.
Yeah, she would have at least supported him and heard him out and trusted his judgment.
But
because he did go to law school, he does know things.
Right.
What'd you go to, Mary?
No school, except having a governess, probably.
Yeah, you probably didn't learn how to add hardly.
But it's just ridiculous. Like, it seemed like Mary, all she wanted was just to have the ring on her finger, and now she's not even considering. I mean, you don't have to have children to be married. But,
yeah, but you can tell Matthew wants them.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, no, I'm just going to the doctor, and you know.
Right.
You don't even see the man eagerly awaiting you to say, I'm pregnant. No, you're just like, eh.
But I guess that wraps it up for this week. You can catch us here at the Moniqueblog YouTube channel. You can look at our hot culture videos. You can look at our past DowntonCast videos. If you have any kind of questions about Downton Abbey, or anything we've said about Downton Abbey, you can leave us a comment below, or you can email me at mljcollegeblog@gmail.com, and we will get to it and talk about it on the next DowntonCast. And you can find me on moniqueblog.net, Twitter at moniqueblognet, Facebook at moniqueblog, and I think that wraps it up. So see us next week when we talk about Sunday's episode. Bye.